What is the first topic of conversation? It's not what are the great matchups. It's not who are the one seeds. It's who got snubbed. You know, it's funny, Borky, if you think about it, the build-up to the entire tournament is based on who's getting in, who's not getting in. And the focus of Joe Lunardi is not who fills in the tournament on the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 lines. It's who are the top 4 seeds, who are the number 2 seeds, who are the last 4 in, who are the first 4 out, and who are the next 4 out.
Yeah.
And because that's our focus, we look at who the 1 seeds are. Usually not a whole lot of surprise on the 1 seeds. There's usually some complaining about the 2, 3, and 4 seed lines. But the biggest amount of complaining comes from who got left out. And people love to complain. Like maybe more than take breath to sustain life. People love to complain. And the biggest complaining this year is coming about Texas A&M. Did Texas A&M get snubbed? Should Texas A&M have been in the field?
I mean, yes, they got snubbed, right? But 2 things. One, history tells us that the committee doesn't exactly value conference tournaments the way people value conference tournaments. They kind of put everything into this one prism. So a game that was played in December, I mean, they can't watch 300 teams play. They can't watch 68 teams play all of their games. They can't watch 30 teams play all of their games. So they have to use these metrics and measurements, and there's not an emphasis placed on time of year. So yes, Texas A&M went on this run, and everybody watched it, and it was fun and exciting, but that counts the same as games they played in December to the people making these evaluations. We paid more attention to the SEC tournament. It was more fun because they played every day, and they made this run. But those games counted the exact same as games in January and December and November. The exact same.
Yeah.
And also,
so haven't we always kind of said that the cut line, if you are an SEC team, is 40 in the net? Right? You need to be top 40 in the net if you want to be an at-large. And this year that held true again. 6 SEC teams get in. Kentucky at 5, Tennessee at 7, Auburn at 11, LSU at 18, Arkansas at 20, Alabama at 30. Texas A&M, 43 in the net. 3 spots outside the cut line of 40, outside looking in when it comes to the tournament. Texas A&M 22-12 overall. 4 quad 1 wins. They went 5-0 against quad 2, 5-2 against quad 3. They did not have a quad 4 loss. And they did have 10 quad 1 losses, but quad 1 losses usually don't hurt you. Maybe the problem is 4 of their last 6 games were quad 1 wins, too little, too late. Do you think it makes a difference? People are talking about the SEC tournament should be played a day earlier. It should wrap up on Saturday, the way the ACC tournament does, and the way some other conference, I think the Pac-12 wraps up on Saturday as well. Would it make a difference if the committee had an extra day to kind of stew on the SEC teams and look at the fact that Texas A&M got to the tournament final? Texas A&M's strength of schedule is really, really bad. All right, so let's come. Michigan is like the comparison point, right? So let's go to the Big Ten. Guess where Michigan was? In the net. 34. They're 34 in the net. They get in. Indiana, 38 in the net. They got in. Now, it's really hard to explain Rutgers. Because Rutgers is 18-13 overall. They do have 6 quad 1 wins, 2 more than Texas A&M, but they've got a quad 4 loss. They went 18-13 and they were 77 in the net. So I don't know how you explain Rutgers over Texas A&M. I know how you explain Michigan over Texas A&M. I don't know how you explain